Hello, we've all been to high school at some point in our lives. For some, it's the most exciting time of our lives. For others, it's a trying time. We all decide what stories we tell our friends and family from our high school years. Some stories are cold hard truth, and others are complete and utter fiction. Now prepare yourself to hear 3 interesting stories from 3 interesting high schoolers, and judge for yourself which of the following is a lie.
I'm Patrick Villegas. It was break. Me and David were just sitting, eating, talking, when suddenly 3 people show up. Jaime, Christian, and Megan. David, he's kind of on the big side. In order to make fun of him, they call him Big Bird, Big Bird. And everyone else starts to follow suit.
Had enough of this crap.
David, no! He gets up and punches Jaime in the gut. And hard. And Jaime doubles over, almost throws up. No, he whispers, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." And I'm just standing there, looking at Jaime, this big, tough brute, crying from my best friend, and he's just smiling. David smiles at what he's done. He thinks he's a hero. He stood up for himself, and in some demented way he did, but not in a really peaceful manner. It was more violent, more gruesome, you know. Then, after a few minutes, teachers start hearing the crying and come to help Jaime.
What have you done? What's going on over here? What's going on?
Oh, nothing, sir.
Did you do this?
Yeah.
You did this? You're expelled, mister. And you too, for starting fights.
David gets in trouble, Jaime gets in trouble. Everyone just starts crying. And at the end, David learned how to protect himself. And Jaime stopped bothering him, and basically everyone else did. They kind of feared him in a strange way. Though before, David had been really nice to everyone and, you know, kind, never did anything bad. That was the worst experience of my life.
My name is Ashley Chong. Before I entered high school, it was about 3 years ago, I was caught cheating. What happened was, the night before, it was a friend's birthday, and I was invited to her party, and of course, I don't know, I guess I was just so excited about her party that I completely blanked out about the test. And so I went to her party, we really had fun, and then I came home totally washed out. The next day, the test came, and I guess it suddenly hit me, so it was kind of like a pop quiz in my case. So, okay, there's this girl, and she is, I guess you can call us rivals. She's very smart, but she's also pretty arrogant, and every time she gets a grade higher than me, she has to rub it in like any way possible. She wouldn't really outright say, "Oh my gosh, I'm better than you," but she would kind of imply things like, "Oh, do you need help? Do you need help? Because I can help you. I did pretty good on this test. I can help you." And that kind of ticks me off. Florence was the name of the girl I hated. But this one time, I really didn't want to get any grade lower than hers, so I resorted to it. I cheated. We actually drew lots for our placements, and yeah, we sat next to each other, so.
You may begin the test.
At first, I really did try on my own, but there are some questions, too many questions, where I didn't know the answer to. I kind of just glanced to the side where she was sitting and took her answers. So Again, I didn't like her, but I didn't want to lose to her. So since she was sitting next to me, and I do know she's smart, I couldn't really stop myself from peeking over her shoulder, looking at her answers. And I did not notice her glancing at my papers either. And then after class, the teacher called us out.
Florence and Ashley, can you come see me, please?
I was really terrified because I thought that she caught me cheating on Florence's paper. But
Flo, I know you're a really good student, but I saw you cheating.
it turns out that she actually caught the girl. I did not get caught cheating. Florence got in trouble, but nobody caught me. Our answers were the same, but they thought that it was because Florence copied me.
I am Gio Louie. The day was February 14th, Valentine's Day. And on that day, I remember being really, really nervous. Just coming to school, I was super nervous. So I dressed up all pretty like. I felt so embarrassed, even though I really shouldn't be. And so what I did was I brought a little gift with myself. I think it was a drawing, a few pieces of candy, and I'm not sure what the other thing was, but it was in a little gift bag. So I brought it and hid it in my backpack. Then during passing period from my humanities class to my art class, we had 5 minutes. So I found him near his locker where he always is, and I went up to him and asked him, "Can I talk with you in private for a second over there?" And he said, "Yeah, sure." So I went around the corner with him, and he left his friends, and I told him, well, the thing is, I remember giving him the gift, and then when I was about to leave, I said, there's a note in there that would explain everything that's in there. And then I left. Then I went to my next classroom downstairs into the art room, and I was just shaking and on the verge of tears, and my friend sitting next to me was laughing at me. I felt like a piece of for the whole entire class. And when I even got in there, everybody was just staring at me, including the teacher. It was silent, dead silent for like the longest time. And when I sat down, the teacher started talking, and then that's when I heard my friends started laughing at me, and it didn't feel too good. It was just one girl. Afterwards, a couple weeks later, "Why were you laughing at me when I came into our class that day?" She was like, "Oh, I thought you were joking and being funny, ha 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 ha." And I just like snapped. I couldn't talk to her for like the next few months or the next month or so. The girl I don't like, which is coincidentally his best friend, told my best friend that he's not looking for any girlfriends right now. He's not looking for any. And I got really, really hurt by that, because I figured that he doesn't have the balls to come up to my face and say, I don't like you. He has to make his friend tell my friend to tell me. And that really, really hurt me. This year, my junior year, I didn't see him, so it was just freshman and sophomore year. I learned to take it slow and not to rush things as I did that sophomore year. I learned that if I really want a relationship, which you really don't need in high school, I learned that you should start out as friends first and then move your way up. And it should be mutual consent, obviously. Yeah.
Did you catch it? Which two stories were the truth, and which was the lie?
I'm Patrick, and I was telling the truth.
I'm Gio, and I was telling the truth.
I'm Ashley, and I was lying.
Well, there you have it, folks. You can't always trust everything you hear.